Your car, as any complex machine, requires regular service. So when time comes to change your oil, you dial your mechanic. The chances are they will either quote you an arm and a leg for an oil change, or your trusted garage is fully booked for weeks or months. But guess what? Anyone can change your own oil in less than an hour, and it is surprisingly simple. First, change into something you're not afraid to get dirty and grab your tools. Some spanners and a flathead screwdriver. And of course, oil filter and the oil itself. Wait, oil? How do you know which one? It's simple. Just ask Chat. I'm just kidding, please don't. The owner's manual actually contains tons of useful information. Find your engine size and it'll give you the interval, the exact quantity, and the grade of oil. First, I started my car and I let it warm up for 5 minutes or so. Then open your bonnet. I'm going to jack up the car using a hydraulic jack. You need to carefully align it with the jacking points. If you, however, don't have one, it's completely fine to use this screw jack in your car boot. In any case, please use jack stands. Under no circumstances put yourself underneath 2 tons of metal unsupported. Some cardboard to keep us clean, and a container for used oil. Unscrew the oil cap. Underneath the lowermost part of the engine is the oil sump. It'll have a sump plug either on the side or on the bottom. $19mm is the one. Also, it is a really bad idea to change oil right after driving, as hot oil can be even hotter than boiling water. Now, the filter, where is it? Some cars like my Audi have them smack bang in the middle. For the Volvo, it's tucked underneath some pipes. I'm removing the airbox by disconnecting any sensors and cables. Any Jubilee clips can normally be unfastened by a flathead screwdriver or a 7mm spanner. There it is. Grab an old cloth to absorb any oil. This one takes a 27mm spanner to loosen, but you can also use an adjustable wrench. Once loose, undo by hand and take it out. Also to note, some cars have filters as complete metal units, in which case you might need a removal tool, but every parts shop should have one. Remove the old rubber O-ring. Give the groove a clean with a cloth. Install the new O-ring. Just make sure it's evenly flat all around. In goes the new filter and out goes the old one. Line up the filter and screw it in by hand. I'm using a spanner just to tighten it, but be very careful not to overdo it, as it is plastic and it could crack. Replace the airbox and reconnect any pipes and cables. Now, what I like to do is just pour in a little bit of fresh oil with the plug still out to purge the sump of any old oil. Then replace your copper washer and twist the plug by hand and then tighten with a spanner only till it's snug, as over tightening can strip the threads. This is also a good time to take your mid-oil change break and enjoy a cold coffee courtesy of my lovely wife. Now I'll lower the car back down. Don't forget to grab all the gear from underneath. It's time to dispose of used oil, and as I'm trying my best not to make a mess, even I cannot escape from today's sponsor,
HelloFresh.
All jokes aside, look, each country has its own laws, but most have a place where they accept used oil. Just don't pour it down the drain, as it's really bad for the environment. Now, having removed the dipstick, I'll begin refilling the oil. Quick dipstick check, and it's on the lower end. So top it up. And now it's in the middle. But we're not done yet. Remove your tools, replace the oil cap, and start the engine. I normally take this opportunity to check that there's no obvious leaks around the filter housing and also underneath by the sump plug. Let it run for 5 minutes to circulate the oil around and then turn the engine off. Now, giving the oil a few minutes to settle, check the level again. And in my case, she needs topping up again. And just like that, you're all done. If you have any questions, post them down below, and as always, have a lovely day.